we're good. So
All right.
give the title again.
So how to use storytelling to attract your ideal prospects, right? So why is that important? You might ask yourself, right? So storytelling is part of your brand, is part of your brand identity. Telling your story allows people to get to know you and determine whether or not they want to buy from you or be a part of your team, etc. It also just kind of, allows you to just, share your story so that people can relate to you, right? And you will attract some, you will repel some, and that's totally okay. So today, we're going to give you some tips on how to come up with your story, sort of like a skeleton of a version of your story that you can use on social media, etc. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the formula. Excuse me. Renee has found a formula that she's been using, and she will tell you where she got it from. And then after that, we're going to tell you we're going to share with you how you can share your story, the best ways of doing that, etc. So Renee, did I miss anything for our introduction?
No, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I have been using one of my favorite mentors is Diane Hockman, and she has this formula for telling your story, which makes it very, very simple. You or a product, a business, anything. And I'm going to give you the basics of it and then kind of give you some examples. So before blank, I was blank. The first thing I noticed, blank. Since then, blank. And the best part is blank. So that's how Diane teaches most of her students how to tell a simple story, because you don't want to be pitching anybody and you have to be building a relationship. So that's a very easy formula. And you could kind of use it for anything. So let's take I'll give you an example to start with. A weight loss.
Hold on a second, Renee. Hold on a second. So we strongly suggest that you bring out your paper and your pen and write it down, because Renee is going to break it down for you again. Write it down so that you can fill it out later. Please write it down. If you're watching us live and you've seen us before, please let us know where you're watching us from. Actually, even if you haven't seen us before, and drop a 1 if you've seen us before. Let us know where you're watching from. If you've never seen the R&B Sat Chat before, please drop a 2 in the comments. We'd love to reach out to you afterwards. Again, I'm giving you just a few seconds to grab your paper and your pen, because this is what Renee is going to share with you. The formula she's going to share with you is absolute gold. Is going to be your roadmap to coming up with your story, and it's going to help you to share it with people. And the more you say it, the easier it's going to become. And of course, you can refine it as you go. So grab your pen and paper, or pencil and paper, and get ready to write it down. And of course, drop in the comments where you're watching us from. We'd love to say good morning to you. I can't see the comments, Renee. That's all up to you. So, because I had to close Facebook in order for my bandwidth to be okay. So, again, Renee, do you want to repeat the formula?
Okay, so this is from Diane Hockman and her storytelling formula. So before blank, I was blank. The first thing I noticed was blank. Since then, blank. And the best part is blank. So let's take a weight loss product. Everybody and their grandmother selling a weight loss product. Okay, so before blank product, I had no energy. I was feeling fat. I wanted to get into a bikini. So so before blank product, I was feeling fat. I wanted to get into a bikini for the summer. The first thing I noticed when I started taking this product from blank was I was feeling better. My clothes were starting to get loose. And since taking this product from blank, I have lost whatever, 5 pounds, 1 pound a week, or whatever your testimony is. And you don't lie, you tell your story. And the best part is I have my children using this product also, and they feel great on it, and they don't eat as much crap as before because they feel so great. That's one example.
Right. So what Renee is basically sharing with us is that, you you want to be able to tell your story. You don't necessarily have to mention a company, but as a vital part of what you're selling, as a vital part of what you're trying to share, you share your results and you share how it makes you feel, so that you can attract people who either felt that way or want to feel the way that you feel at the moment. So sharing the before and after in that way is awesome, because it's kind of like you're sharing like the holistic sort of view, right? So before I found this, I was feeling lethargic, like Renee was talking about, right? So a weight loss product or an energy product, I was feeling lethargic. I didn't want to spend time with my family. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to go shopping because, all I wanted to buy were, necklaces and earrings instead of buying cute clothes. But then since I have found this product, right, I found that the best part is I have more energy. I've lost weight. I have a bikini body. I'm ready for summer, and etc. So you have I used to feel like crap. I found this thing, or I adopted this lifestyle, and now I feel great. Does that make sense to everybody? I can't see comments, Renee. Do we have any comments?
Yeah. Hi, Florin. Hi, Christian. He's from New Jersey. Marcia Aubry, I don't know who that is. Hey, Marcia. Don Wilkie, love this live. Thanks, Don. So that's
Good
basically
morning.
it. You want to share your story, and you want to be authentic. See, you do know people are going to join you or buy your product just because they have a relationship with you. Somebody I know that I've seen in the community pitched me something this morning. I've never had a conversation with this person. I'm not even friends with her on Facebook, and she just basically sent me a link to her company and said, check this out. Like I looked at it and I'm like,
yeah, no.
You're going to my block party. Like, you didn't even say hello to me. We have no relationship.
Right.
You think you know me because we may be in the same community, but we have no relationship at all. Like, you've not even said hello to me. You've never said good morning to me. So why do you think that
right.
Because you're online, you think it's normal that you should just, you walk up to somebody on the street and you say, hey, you don't know me, but I think you should buy my product. How does that even make sense?
I mean, guys and girls, it's the equivalent of going up to somebody and saying, hey, you know what? I noticed that you're looking really old today, so buy my cream. I mean, that's the equivalent.
That's exactly it.
Right? I mean, you're walking up to a stranger and going, hey, you know what? When are you due? Because, you're not pregnant because you're awfully fat, so try my product, it doesn't really make sense in real life. So why would you do it online? I mean, people get so offended when they friend request me and I ask them what they do. It's like, shit, answer the fucking question. Excuse my language, but answer it. You have to be able to answer the question of what do you do? Because I want to decide if I want to be connected to you or not. Just answer the question. If you don't know how to answer the question, Renee just gave you a formula to answer the question. Answer the question. Ask other people the question. But you have to be able to share your story in a way that is not robotic, and is in a way that is holistic, like we said before, right? So Diane's formula is a holistic formula. It takes you from the before the crap, through the actual whatever it is, and then to bliss, right? So if I ask you what you do, say, I'm with XYZ company, or you may or may not say that. I'm in the health and wellness business. I've been in the business for 5 years. Before I found it, I was this XYZ. Now I'm, so like, answer the question. Don't be offended when somebody asks you what you do. I mean, most of us here are in some sort of network marketing online business. You can't be ashamed of what you do, because if you are ashamed, you're likely not successful. You're likely not going to make a lot of money, because if you're if you're perturbed by somebody saying, hey, what do you do? Why are you asking me that? Well, why did you friend request me then? Get off my page. Come on. It's so annoying because, I did get a couple of those messages too this morning, Renee. I mean, hey, you want to be a part of my group? Well, hi, good morning. Could you scroll back a couple of messages to see where I said, hi, hey, how are you? And you never answered me, but you wanted me to be a part of your group? Why? So sharing your story allows people to be attracted, or actually repelled too, but attracted to you. You attract the people who belong in your circle when you share your story. Be not afraid of sharing your story. You have to share your story as part of your brand. Renee, do you want to buy my shit?
No. You said that word twice. My virgin ears. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I guess it is a hot topic for me. I am so sorry, everybody.
But you also have to share your story authentically. And what I find, and I did this for, trust me, my first 2 years when I was online, because I had nobody telling me what a dumbass I was. I vomited all over people. I prospected everybody within 3 feet of me. Literally, people were running away from me in malls. My daughter said to me, please don't go up and talk to that person. And I go, but she's fat. And my daughter goes, but you don't need to tell her that. She probably already knows it. I said, but I'm going to help her. Like, literally, people were running away from me. So you have to be able to tell your story without...
She needs to be saved.
I know, right? But you have to be able to tell your story in a way that you're not vomiting on people. Like, we all have these people that inbox us every day or try to get us on somebody messaged me this week, and he started with trying to get to know me, and I was just waiting because I could tell you exactly what company he was with. I could tell you exactly what training he was with, and I was just waiting for the pitch. And 4 sentences in, there was the pitch. And he said, have you heard of XYZ? And I said, well, unless I live under, a Cabbage Patch or I live under a rock, I think everybody's heard about XYZ. He said, well, I'm selling this. And I had gone and looked at his page, and I said, no kidding, you're selling this. That's all I see on your wall. So yeah, he doesn't care about what I'm doing, or, basically he just kept saying, how are you doing? I'm doing great. How's your business doing? I'm doing great. Because I can see it coming. I can see it coming like so fast. And it just depends how fast they're going to get to it. And I just get to the point, say, what is it you want from me? Get to the point. I'm wasting my time here. I'm not even nice anymore. Because you want to be able to build a relationship, but you want to be able to tell your story in probably less than a minute. Less than a minute, you want to tell your story. Right. If you're vomiting your stuff all over somebody and they go to your wall and that's all they see on your wall, why do they want your crap on their wall? Why? They don't. I don't want it on my wall. I don't.
No. So we are actually here to encourage you. We're not trying to be negative, but the thing is that, I think Renee and I have been, and I'm sure a lot of you have too, you've been around for a while and, been on Facebook and social media for a while. So then we've been through, we've been sort of like vomited on, and actually we probably started out vomiting on others,
Definitely.
But the thing is that not to do it. Do not do that. So we have solutions for you. One of the solutions is to kind of make yourself a template, just, write it down. What's the formula again, Renee?
And the more you practice,
so you guys can write it down.
The more it gets, and you refine it. So before blank, right? That's your product, the company, whatever it is you have. Before blank, I was blank. The first thing I noticed after I started taking this product was, since then, and the best part is, so story down, story down, story down, story up, story up. That's what it is. You're taking the
Right.
product to feel better, do something better. You know, you obviously looked for the product for a reason. You were looking for a
Right.
solution.
Right.
That's what
And
it
so
is.
this applies really to any business that you're in. This applies. You know, this is basically your backbone, how you share your story, why you want to share your story about the products or system that you're using. So this is your backbone, right? So Renee, let's move this on to the next section of, you know, how do you share your story? And before you get into that, before we get into that, again, if you're joining us for the very first time, drop a 1 in the comments. If you've seen us before, drop a 2 in the comments and just say, hey, and let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to reach out to you after the broadcast. We'll, you know, we love replay viewers as much as live viewers. Of course, live viewers tend to get a little unruly at times, but you know.
And if you watched us a number of times, and if you're actually just a stalker and have never commented or liked, drop a 3 in the comments. Okay.
Stalkers get a 3. Yay! Hey, Renee, I noticed you have blue nail polish on, do you?
I do.
Oh my God. Sisters, see? Okay, so let's move on to the great. Okay. I say it, you show it. Wonderful. Okay, so the next part of the story, so go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the affiliate. I'm not even going to say the name, but I'm going to talk about this affiliate marketing company that I joined. So I can do it 2 ways. Okay, so I'm going to talk about actually why I started with it. Okay, so before I joined, I'm not even going to say the company. You want to know the company, reach out to me. Before I joined XYZ company, I had no idea where to find traffic. I had no idea that traffic was so easy to find. I was looking for traffic everywhere, not even sure where to find it. The first thing I noticed when I joined this company and I started using the duplicatable formula was I was able to do things easily. The puzzle became smaller. Since then, I can generate 100 leads a day, up to 300 leads a day. And the best part is, once I have set up this formula that I use with this company, I can do it automatically. I can set it up in less than half hour a day. That's one way. Now, let's talk about another way, okay? So if I want to go another way, because everybody's looking for something different. Some people are looking for a product to solve a problem. Some people are looking for a community to be part of. They feel alone out on the internet. They have no connection. Their sponsor is crappy, or they don't even have a sponsor that they connect with. Or their sponsor is giving them information that is generating no results for them. So I'm going to talk about, I'll talk about the community. So before I joined XYZ company, I felt like I was out in no man's land. I had nobody to talk to. I had no connection to anybody, basically sitting in my home office all alone. The first thing I noticed was I had people to talk to every day, people to mastermind with, people to bounce ideas off of. Since then, I have been getting ridiculous results. The community I've built friendships with, I've built accountability partners. I've gone to events. I know these people. And the best part is the community is there for everybody. And they're what's the word? They're cheering you on. Even though you're not part of their team, they're cheering you on. That's another way to use that story.
Right.
And I can do that.
So it's really important. Sorry?
I can do that with anything. You should be able to use this formula with anything you have.
Yeah. So let's break this down a little bit. You know, you're sharing your struggle at the beginning so that, you know, you can attract people with like struggles. You're sharing your positive outcome, you know, to give them hope, right? So when you use this formula, think about why it is that you joined the company that you're with, why it is that you started using the products that you're using. it's because you were trying to solve a problem. So put yourself in your prospect's shoes. What is it that you're trying to solve for them, right? So not everybody's going to want to use your products, but the ones that resonate with your story are the ones who are going to want to become a part of your group, a part of your tribe, and they're going to want to try your product. But you have to share your story in order to attract the ideal prospects to you. You have to share your story. You have to be comfortable sharing your story. Even if you don't have results yet, there's a reason why you joined the company that you're with. So it's okay to say, before I joined XYZ company, I was feeling lost and everything else. And then, since I found the company, I feel, like I'm a part of a community. I feel supported. I feel like I found the solutions to, XYZ problems. And it's okay to share your story that way, because somebody always can relate, but you have to share it in order for them to know that they can relate to you. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. Here you go. Say hi, Miss Eminem.
And
right? So it's really important. And we don't want you to feel like, this is a negative, this is a negative thing, or it's a super hard. It's super, super easy. All it's going to take is probably about an hour. If you've never done this before, it's probably going to take you about an hour. Go sit outside in the fresh air, or go for a walk on the treadmill, or just sit on your couch, just in the silence, and just think, why did I join this company? Why did I buy this product? What was I trying to solve? And share that part of your story, because people need to hear it. It's not about, it works for me, it works for me, it works for me. It's the best product in the world. You need it, you need it, you need it. I don't care. Get out of my inbox. That's my reaction when I get those kinds of messages. I don't care. I don't care, because what can it do for me? Because everybody wants to know what it can do for them, because it's all about your prospect, right? So super simple.
It's not about, until people figure out it's not about them. Everybody joins a company. Everybody thinks it's the best company in the world. It's got the best compensation plan. It's got the best products, right? If you're still with this company and you're thinking, my products are crap, the compensation plan is crap, well, you're not going to be telling people that. But if you're just there to make money, that's going to come across very soon. You actually have to get into the mind of the person that needs your help, the mind of the person that is hurting, that is looking for hope, belief in themselves, belief that your product will help them, will solve something for them. You have to give that person a hope and belief. And this is based on real results, not fake results, not results that are pumped up or that are hyped up because you want to sell something. You got to be real with people. You've got to share real, and you've got to have proof of these results. You've got to have proof.
Right. So let's just kind of pause there for a second. If this is all making sense, drop us an emoji in the comments, right? So like the O face, or the oh my gosh, or the mind blown, or just a simple yes, a thumbs up, whatever. Just drop us an emoji in the comments. Just let us know, right? Just let us know if this all makes sense, because when you've been doing things for a while, like Renee and I have, then we kind of tend to take some of the stuff for granted. But we really wanted to share this with you because it's such an important part of the journey. It's such a vital part of your brand that we want you to understand what it takes to share your story. And we've provided to you the skeleton, this sort of framework to build upon. Okay, so if this makes sense to you all, drop a comment or an emoji in the comments. If you have any questions, just you can reach out to us and just say, this wasn't clear, or how do I do it, or what was that formula again? We'll probably put the formula in the comments after the live broadcast. Okay, so let's talk about how to share your story. Okay, because there are obviously different ways of sharing the stories, but sometimes we take those things for granted too. I talked about a while ago, I talked about the elevator pitch, right? So this formula allows you to come up with your elevator pitch. The elevator pitch basically is kind of like, how to tell your story between floors in an elevator. So if you see a lady or guy and they're like, hey, hi, how are you today? What do you do? Like, do you work in this building? What do you do? You should be able to just kind of tell your story just like that without feeling like, oh God, is he going to buy from me? Is she going to buy from me? Does she look fat? Let me see. Does she look old? Does he have gray hair? No, it's just basically sharing your story. You're piquing interest. And if this person has any questions, of course, they'll come back to you and, oh, wow, that's interesting. Tell me more. Right? But you need to be able to tell your story, not vomit it all over the place, but, just like, I'm part of the, XYZ and, so on and so forth. So you can share your story in person, and by writing it down, right, and sort of memorizing it, just kind of going through it and refining it and finessing it over days and weeks is going to help you to share your story in person. So if you're at a restaurant, you're with a group of friends, somebody asks you what you do, this is what you tell them. It's not a pitch fest. It's like, what are you up to? What do you do for a living? Right? Just like you would ask anybody else. So let's talk about how to share it on social media, Renee.
I just want to say something. If you want to get really good at your small story, think of yourself, write it down, then think of yourself, you've all heard of speed dating, right? Have you ever been to a network marketing or internet marketing speed event? You literally have 30 seconds to sit in front of somebody and tell them who you are and what you do. So write your story down, then get on a Zoom with somebody or send it to B or I and just say, how does this sound to you? Right? Because you've been looking at your own story for so long, but so let somebody else critique it. Let somebody else say, you sound too pitchy, or this is really good, or maybe just make it a little shorter, because remember, you want that. If you're on an elevator, you literally got a 30-second thing. Or if you meet somebody at an event or something and they ask you, who are you, what do you do? If you're going to bull crap out of them in the first 5 seconds, they're probably going to be looking for the next person to talk to. So if you want to share your story on social media, probably the best way to do it is by video, right? You could do it on YouTube. You could do it on social media by video. If you're too scared to do a video, start out with audio. Do it as an audio on YouTube, right? You all can do an audio on your phone. You can put that on social media.
Well, you can also post pictures of your lifestyle. You're basically sharing your story with people, right? So what is your story? Who are you? Where do you live? How many cats do you have? How many children do you have? Oh, right. You're right. Like why do you live where you live? What's your situation? Let people into your life. We're not telling you to open your bedroom door. We're just basically asking you to invite people in, just invite people in. Imagine you're having a barbecue, invite people in, you have plenty of food, plenty of things to share, plenty of food and drink to share, plenty of music for people to listen to, invite them in. What do you show them? Right? So you show them your lifestyle. And, of course, the more you share about yourself, if people can see you on video, just like you're seeing Renee and me right now, you get to know us, right? So I'm kind of like, I'm the nicer one of the two, but I also speak like a sailor. Renee is not so nice, but she's really cool.
Oh, I'm going to block you. Okay? If you don't see comments from me anymore, it's because I blocked you. Okay? This will be the last episode of Saturday Chat with R&B. Okay?
I love you. You know that. But basically what I'm trying to illustrate is that you get to see our personalities because we're interacting with each other, right? So the more you share about yourself on video, audio, your posts, your pictures, etc., the more people get to know you. I was attracted to Renee because I realized that she and I think a lot alike and we complement each other. I've said this before in that we're kind of like two knives sharpening each other. You know, when one of us is having a bad day or a rough day, you know, the other one picks us up right away and just encourages us to keep going. You need people like that in your life. But the thing is that I would have never known that Renee is such an incredible partner for me if she hadn't shared her story and I hadn't shared mine. So I hope that that conveys to you the importance of sharing your story, sharing who you are, because the people who are meant to be attracted to you are going to become a part of your life, and it's going to be a solid relationship because you were truthful, you were vulnerable, you know, you were honest about who you are. It doesn't always have to be perfect. You know, I know everybody's life on Facebook is perfect. You know, everybody's like, you know, yeah, I'm making tons of money and blah, blah, blah. Right, exactly. It doesn't always have to be perfect. There are some bad days, some really great days, some normal, just sort of, you know, in the middle of days. You know, just share yourself, share your story, share your journey with others so that somebody, just like Renee and I found each other, somebody's going to find you and going to be, you know, just kind of like latched to you. They're going to be a part of your group, a part of your, you know, your team, you know. Renee and I are not on the same team. We're not, you know, but we're just incredible friends, and we found each other thanks to the stories that we shared. So we hope that that helps you and encourages you to share. So when we go back to sharing on social media, just, you know, share your life. It doesn't have to be a diary. Facebook is not your diary. People are there on Facebook to just kind of discover, you know. People love the drama, but they also want to be entertained and informed. So share a balance of things, right? You cook something and you burned it. Share it. People love that stuff, right? Crap, I burned dinner. What do I do now, right? Or the next day you go for a walk and it's so beautiful out and it's like, wow, look at where I live. I'm so grateful. I encourage you to be grateful today. The next day it's like, oh, you know, I woke up and I stepped in my cat's poop. You know what I mean? It's like you kind of have to be real. Just be real and share yourself, share your story. And it's like, you know, one of your posts, the 80-20 rule, you know, don't forget that. But, you know, one of your posts can be about your results, right?
But your story,
like, I feel great.
also, if you're sharing pictures of your story, and I see this a lot, people are sharing pictures, either their journey or somebody else's, and all they do is post a picture. There's no words, no words. All they do is one picture with a date, another picture with a date. So I'm like, is that them? Is that them? I'm not sure. They didn't say this is me. They didn't say this is somebody else. Right. So if people aren't even possible to see that it's you, how about writing 1 or 2 or 3 sentences with your post that's got your personality in it, that's saying, you know, this is not me, but this is a friend of mine, and look how fabulous she looks, and, you know, she started taking this product, whatever. You don't even have to mention the product or the company, just a product that made her feel whatever. So show a bit of your personality when you're showing pictures. That's part of your story. That's your story. That's your journey, is the, you know, like B posts a lot of sunsets and sunrises because she lives on a beach. She actually has no house, no nothing else. She just actually lives in a tent on a beach. So yeah, that's what she does. Blanket. This is my office today. Yeah. Outside of my. So you want to share, you know, your product without being pitchy, your company without being pitchy. You want to share your life pretty much, because people do, like we said, people love a reality show, good or bad. They love a reality show. Right, right. So who do we have on, Renee? Can you see? Because I can't see. I can tell we have Lauren, we have Christian, we have Marcia, Dawn. Hi, Dawn Wilkie, and Annalise Elaine from Victoria, beautiful Victoria, Best Coast Victoria. Robin from, I think Robin's in Ireland, no, Scotland. Robin's in Scotland. The guys who wear the kilts. Is that Scotland, guys? Right. Yeah, he's a Scotland guy. I see B. Caldera watching with us. Stalker. What? Yeah, and yeah. So block her. Yeah, that's what you do, guys. You just share your story. So are we done here? We are. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Of course, like Renee said, if you have your story
a backbone to your story and you want us to check it out, we are more than happy to do that with you. Do not expect us to write it for you because we won't. Respect our time as much as we respect yours. So put it together, and if you want us to check it out, we are more than happy to. So, you know, that's our gift to you.
If you got any value from this, like, comment, share it out to somebody who needs to know how to tell their story. So on that note, have a great Saturday, everybody. The sun is finally shining here. I'm sure it is on your beach, P. And we will see you next Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, noon Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Ciao.